probably be ending this around 11:45 to give everybody a chance to come in and set up. Okay. First up on the agenda, we have no public forum. We do not have a set of minutes to approve tonight. We have 3 appointments to the Agricultural Commission. We have Roger DeBrune, John Freeman, and Joseph Venezia. Are any of those folks here? I don't see anybody. Okay. So, as you know, one of the things we have to do is put an agricultural committee together because we have several dog complaints, and through our research, turns out the first hearing goes to the agricultural committee, so we're now fast-tracking, trying to get folks onto that. So we have 3 people tonight who are good enough to say they would serve in that capacity. So if any one of the members, yeah.
There is a request to be appointed. Patricia Plasse, I guess it is.
Yep.
And she has asked to be on there.
Okay.
You have a letter.
There are some guidelines for being on that, and I'm not.
That was, she emailed on behalf of Roger.
Say that again?
Is this the email on behalf of Roger?
Got it. Roger wants to be. Okay. So we'll put them on it.
So the 3 people that we have listed here, do they meet all those requirements?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Which, Chris, could you go over the requirements just so that people know?
That the individual has to be substantively involved in farming or forestry.
All right.
Okay?
Can we make this as one motion, or you want to
You
do
can make
separate?
them, as one, and include
Okay.
Roger DeBrune in it, if you don't mind.
I would make the motion to appoint Roger DeBruin, John Freeman, and Joseph Viencia for 3-year appointment to the Agricultural Commission.
I'll second that.
Okay? Is there any questions or discussion on those? Okay, in that case, all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Fraser, aye.
Kelly, aye. Thank you. Okay, under new business, Opakam Land Trust Forest Legacy Program update. I don't know you, but I guessed when you came in that might be you. If you don't mind, step up some if you will, just so we can hear you. Okay. And just introduce yourself if you would.
So my name is Lainey Wilder. I'm the executive director for Opakam Land Trust. We're a regional land trust that works with landowners in towns to preserve forests and wetlands and conservation areas for recreation, for forestry purposes, and other aspects of conserving the land. And so I'm here tonight because we have a grant funding called the Forest Legacy Program that we worked with the town in 2019 to apply for this program to put what are called conservation restrictions on privately owned forested lands. And we have several projects in different towns in Brimfield.
Let me ask you a quick question. I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't want to forget this later. You say privately owned forest land. You're talking about land that's currently under 61?
One of the properties is, it doesn't have to be currently under 61, but generally they are because of the tax benefits of being in Chapter 61 and having forestry plans and things like that.
Okay, so let's say I own a piece of land and it's not in 61. You could make restrictions on how I use that land because it's forestry land?
Well, if you wanted to.
But I'm not mandated to follow anything. Oh,
No, these are with willing landowners.
Okay.
It's the landowner's choice to participate.
okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make that clear. All right,
Absolutely.
go right ahead.
Yep, so we're, through the Forest Legacy Program grant funding, we're placing these conservation restrictions on private forested lands, and we're working with the town to do that. And so I can go over what a conservation restriction is, do the quick pitch to explain it if you're unfamiliar with that. Would that be helpful?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be nice.
So we like to explain conservation restrictions as, think of your land as a bundle of sticks, and each stick is a right that you have to your land. And one of those sticks is the development rights to your land. You can use, through a conservation restriction, give or sell those rights to an organization or a municipality or the state in order to have your land stay forested in perpetuity, so forever. So the intention is you're giving up your development rights to your land to another organization to ensure that it stays not developed. Does that,
Yes, just one quick question that has now raised.
Yes.
So if I have this land and I sign up for this and say I won't do anything with it, and then in 10 years I sell the land, does that restriction pass to the new owner, or is that void, it passes to the new owner?
yes, it goes with the land. It goes with the deed and the land. So
Okay.
you are correct. When the land if and when the land changes ownership, that restriction remains on the property.
Okay, good, thank you.
What is
I
the
just wanted
benefit-
clarification on that.
What is the benefit of doing this,
So-
of becoming involved in it?
So landowners want to conserve their forested lands to stay forested. So they want to ensure that it stays forested for the different benefits of air quality and water quality, but also there's recreational purposes for trails. In some of these are open to the public, some stay as private forested lands. So it is a choice of the landowner. And some are conservation-minded and would like to leave their land forested. And, other people who don't want to participate, again, this is a willing choice to participate in this.
Okay, so no monetary payments.
Well, so the Forest Legacy Program is unique in the fact that they will be compensated for the value of that conservation restriction, up to 75% of the value. So they are, through this program, compensated. So there is some monetary value to you giving up those development rights.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yep, so I have 2 projects in Brimfield that we're doing conservation restrictions on, and Opakam Land Trust is acting as the facilitating organization for these conservation restrictions. There's one that is going to be on private land off of John Haley Road that will stay privately owned, but Opakam will be holding that conservation restriction. So we're holding the development rights for it to stay forested. And I did send ahead fact sheets, but I also have some fact sheets here if you guys would like to, I can give those to you guys. Is that okay too?
Yeah, of course.
So this is the one for,
We
this
have
is one
this?
for John Haley
Wait, we
Road.
have-
So this one is, Opakam Land Trust will be holding this conservation restriction and working with the private landowner.
Thank you.
to do that. You have them?
Thank-
Oh, okay, you guys
Yep.
have them. Okay, great. And then
You know what land that is?
the
Yes.
second one is off of Prospect Hill Road. We're working with the owners there to do the conservation restriction. This is a fact sheet on this one as well. And this one, the town of Brimfield will be holding the conservation restriction through the Conservation Commission. So it will be the Conservation Commission's purview to uphold the conservation restriction and everything listed in there, what is allowed and what is disallowed for
So
that.
why the difference? Why is Opakam holding one and the town holding the other?
The difference is because the one that we're holding is going to be donated, and it was swapped into the Forest Legacy Program grant, whereas the other one was with the private landowners, applied through the Forest Legacy Program, and we had worked with the town of Brimfield ahead of time. So we're taking on the one that's a donation that came in a little bit later, so it wasn't like a surprise to the town or anything like that.
Okay. Okay.
So I am coming here to answer any questions, explain the program again, answer questions about the conservation restriction, because we need the select board to sign both of these conservation restrictions. It's part of the different signatures we have to collect. The state and the grant, so Forest Legacy and the state level have reviewed this conservation restriction and will sign it as well, along with the private landowner. And for the one that Opakam is holding, we sign that. For the one the town is holding, the Conservation Commission also signs that, because they're the ones essentially holding that CR. So
Okay.
As such, I wanted to make sure that I came before the select board, answered questions, discussed anything you guys wanted to know about the process for this. We've been working through our due diligence, so title exams, surveys, appraisals, things like that. That's all paid for by the grant. The grant is also paying for any attorney fees, so the town, I have been talking to the town to do title insurance, which is required by the grant, with the town attorneys on that. And so the grant covers those costs as well. And then when it comes time for closing the CR, because the landowner who will have, off of Prospect Hill Road, they'll have their CR value compensated, that funding flows from the grant, the Forest Legacy Grant, through the state, specifically through DCR, Department of Conservation and Recreation, then to the town, and then the town cuts a check to the landowner. And it's just the way the funds flow through. So there will be a contract, it's a standard state contract with the town and the state for those funds to flow. And I'm here to help facilitate that and to help with anything going on with that as well. So to make sure things are clear and move forward.
Do you have some kind of a deadline as to when this has to be signed?
Of course. So July 31st of this year is when our grant funding is up. It's done. So we have that deadline. So I want to come ahead of time to answer questions and talk to you guys.
Okay.
And then I would be returning at one of the next meetings, once we get everything approved and the CR approved for signatures, coming back to have you guys sign.
The reason I ask that question is, we have two members who are not with us tonight,
Yeah.
and I would like them to be a part of this process. So
Sure.
as long as we have time to do that, I'm going to ask that this board put this on hold until we have a full board. We'll revisit it when we know we'll have everybody here, and if we know it's going to happen, Chris will let you know, and you can come join us and answer whatever questions they might have.
Okay,
Okay?
yeah.
Great. Thanks so much.
for
Appreciate
the
you coming
update.
in with that. Appreciate the information.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely.
Okay, next up, we have the Firefighters Association. I know there's somebody here for this, right? And this is a request for the town to accept ownership of the 19, what does that say, 37 fire trucks? 27. Oh,
So, I don't know if you guys are all aware, but the Buffalo is back running. We were able to restore it. It was the town's first fire truck. We are having trouble insuring it. We can't get an insurance company to insure the truck. It was insured up until 2011. I guess payments were done being made for some reason.
Okay,
We went to re-register it, went to the insurance company we were using. They were like, nope, let me try again. I was dealing with the lady for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. She got back to me middle of last week saying, nope, no one will take that.
okay.
It's not that it's a risk, it's just they won't insure the association.
Got it.
That's our problem.
So you need the town to take ownership of this
So
so
what
it can
we
be
would do is
issued
we
under the
would-
town?
Or give the truck back to the town with the understanding that the association still does all the maintenance, finishes the restoration, and, we're responsible for fuel and oil changes, et cetera.
Okay.
The town would just pay for the insurance
So
and insure it.
what do you foresee the Buffalo being used for?
Town events, parades, unfortunately funerals if requested, but the parades,
Okay.
tree lighting. We had-
Memorial Day Parade and all that.
We don't typically put a fire truck in the Memorial Day
No, I
parade.
know.
Yes, it could be
Yeah.
if requested,
Yeah.
but we typically do not
Okay.
put the truck in.
Yeah. Santa will ride on the 27th, right?
For the tree lighting, I don't know if we want to
Do the tour of the
take a
town with it,
100-year-old
right?
vehicle.
Yeah, probably not,
My
right?
leg would be tired by the.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so you need us, or you need the town to take ownership of this so that we can get it insured.
And do we have a cost? I know that you
reached out to insurance when Don first brought this up. It would be added to the town's inventory of vehicles, and their estimated impact was about $1,500 annually.
Okay, so is that for a typical, a typical vehicle, but this would be an antique, do they have like an antique, I know there's like an antique rate.
I don't know if they were giving a generally used or an antique rate. They were made aware that it was a 1927 fire truck that was not intended for everyday use, but to basically just be able to be on the road for events.
Michigan.
Okay.
So would the association pay or donate the money of $1,500 to cover the expense of the insurance?
I don't know. I would have to bring it back to the association. Is that something the town would allow us to do?
Right, would we have
How
to
would
set
we-
up
would-
something
would
with Marie
have
of
to-
Well,
how?
that's the thing, you'd
It'd have
have
to be
to
part of the
set up
budget.
some kind of an account to accept the money and then
Right.
turn around and spend it too.
Right,
Yeah.
It would have to be, obviously, we would need to be invoiced. And I don't think it would be a problem. We want to insure it anyway, so we were
Right.
going to have some type of a,
You had to pay
Yeah.
for it anyhow.
yeah. And I don't know what it was back in 2010 or 2011. That was kind of when
Yeah.
everything was changing. I had joined after that. But we have the funding now, we have substantial funding for it.
Yeah, that, to me, that wouldn't be a deal killer. I mean, if we take it, if we can get the money, great. If Marie and Madeline say that we can do this and it's not a problem with
Legally,
it,
right.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Marie is the accountant and Madeline is the treasurer for the town, so. All right, so,
Haggerty Insurance.
what is it?
We-
Haggerty Insurance.
Haggerty, that's it.
They wouldn't do it?
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
And it's, even when I spoke with the agent, or the insurance company, the insurance agent, they're like, it's gonna be tough to insure the association. I said, well, what about just 5 drivers? So she said, that's a great idea. I gave a list of 5 or 6 drivers with social security, or
Yeah.
driver's license,
All their
date of
stuff.
birth, blah, blah, blah. And she went back to the original company, and they said, nope. So then she tried another company, and they. no,
Okay, well, all right, so we know we can't do it that way. We can actually accept this. This board can accept this.
Right now?
Yeah, so if we want to accept it, we can do that. I wouldn't make it subject to getting $1,500 to cover the insurance.
but I would say that, however the association can help with the
Right.
cost, if we can figure that out. But I agree with you, we can accept it.
Yeah.
Just,
And then if we can work out the,
if we can't, we
having
can't.
it, getting the donations to cover the insurance, we can do that later, but for purposes of at least being able to get it insured, right?
Right.
We are waiting for the title to come in.
You have an ETA on that?
It was sent away 2 weeks ago.
So sometime in December.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, so if we were to accept the fire truck, there would be an understanding that if the town decided to sell it, that the association would be offered first right to purchase for $1.
I think we're given, okay, yeah.
Right, that's what I just, that's the way, for
Yeah, you can
$1.
have it for 12 million.
I just wanted to make that known, that's
Yeah.
what the proposal has in it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I see no problem with
Accepting
it.
the 1927 fire truck so that it can be covered by insurance, the town has to be the owner to do that. So you just said, hey, let's just go ahead and accept it, right? Okay. All right. Unless somebody else has a question on this, why don't we move forward with it?
So we're going to accept the proposal
You make a motion?
as is written?
Yeah.
I would make a motion to accept the firefighters association request for the town to accept ownership of the 1927 fire truck proposal.
Okay,
I'll second that.
all right. All in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Raise your eye.
Kelly, aye. We are accepted. I'm gonna need to take that for a spin later. though. Okay, yeah, you're all set. And we'll work with you as we go forward with insurance and the rest of it. And if there's something else we need, we'll just bring it back and do it.
Okay.
All right?
Do you need me for the snow and ice,
For what?
for snow and ice letter?
You know what? I'll jump down ahead to it. Yeah, while you're here, you might as well, right? All right. So, now that you've broached the subject, go ahead, get the,
So, from what I understand, something kind of fell through the cracks back in January or February when I asked for the additional funding for snow and ice wages. I also needed the snow and ice funding, general winter account.
Yep.
So I think this is just a bookkeeping.
yeah, it is. And this is,
Yeah,
you know, the
we're
winter
aware.
accounts, once they go beyond what's allocated, they can declare, I guess that would be, we can declare a snow emergency, and we can, then the cap comes off it, and they can spend what they need. So we just, this wasn't included the last time around, so we just want to take care of it. So if somebody wants to make a motion on that, or if you have a question, let me know.
I move that we accept the Highway Department's request for notice of deficit in the winter/general account.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Fraser, aye.
Kelly, aye. Okay, you're all set, thank you, yep. Okay. Okay, next up, we have approved and signed the police and fire accident insurance renewal proposal fiscal year 27 in the amount of, as I say, $14,449?
Yeah.
Chris, is that number gone up? I'm sure it
By
has.
about
I was-
$300
Yeah.
maybe.
I guess we should probably all sign it, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's going up, Crystal, about $300, right, Chris, yeah.
Do we just need a motion on that, or is there any discussion?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Straight ahead on.
I don't have any.
I make a motion to approve and sign the police and fire accident insurance renewal for fiscal year 2027 in the amount of $14,449.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Oh, that's just you.
Okay, everybody in favor of that, please?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Fraser, aye.
Kelly, aye. Thank you. We have next the approval of the amendment for the fiscal year 22-23 Community Block Grant to extend the contract end date to June 30th of 2027.
Chris, you're up.
Go get 'em, Chris.
Okay, so this is for the current round of CDBG that funds the Will's Food Pantry and housing rehabilitation. This would be to extend that from June 30th of 2026 to June 30th of 2027. Without extending it, the total housing rehabilitation funds would not have time to be fully expended. So this just is a housekeeping thing to ensure that people that are currently in the process of having housing rehabilitation, that their projects go through.
And all three towns are signing this, or putting this before their boards, right?
This is just Brimfield.
Oh,
Because
just
we're the
Brimfield,
lead,
okay.
we're the lead community on it.
Can I just ask, if we're going to extend this out for a year, do they have a plan on how they're going to expend those funds for the year?
We're
Yes,
working on it.
There's a set list of projects and where they are and when it's to be done. I can, Pioneer Valley has, that I can forward you their breakdown.
All right.
Okay?
Yep.
All right, thank you. So I guess we'll just need a motion to extend the date out to 27.
I move that we approve the amendment for FY '22/23 Community Development Block Grant contract to extend the contract end date to June 30th, 2027.
Second?
Okay? All in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Fraser, aye.
Kelly, aye. Thank you. Okay, next up, we have approve and sign the 2026 annual town election warrant to be held on May 21st, 2026, from
a.m.
10, I know, I was just floored by that for a second. 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. Annual town election warrant to be held on, okay. Okay,
I see what you're saying.
that's a stunning date right there. It's a Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock, the annual town meeting.
No, this is.
No, this is for
the
voting.
election.
For what?
Town election.
For
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one, I beg your pardon, all
Hey,
right.
Mr.
okay.
Kelly, catch
No
up.
wonder it was so, no wonder I was so shocked by it. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. See, Paul wasn't here to yell at me. It's your
I know.
job
I'm
now.
trying.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
doing a
trying
good
to
job.
correct
You're doing a
you,
good
yeah.
job. All right. Okay, here's where I shut that up. All right, so if we want to make a motion on that, we will. Town election, yep, sorry, that was me, idiot.
I make a motion to approve and sign the 2026 annual town election warrant to be held on May 21st, 2026, from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Fraser, aye.
Kelly, aye, in spite of my confusion. All right, I'm going to jump over the next one just for a minute or two, because I've got an eye on the clock. Approve the Viper quote for email advanced threat protection in the amount of $2,296.70.
This is Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, unless you want to go over it when you're talking about. A request from our IT to provide, to ensure the security of the town emails that go in and out, and that's the amount they need to make sure that happens. And,
Yes.
yeah, I'm good with that.
Yep, and I think that's critical in light of some of the problems we've been having, which we'll talk about at a different meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that in mind then, if somebody would like to make a motion on that?
I move that we approve the Viper quote for email advanced threat protection in the amount of $3,296.70.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Fraser, aye.
Kelly, aye. All right, I'm jumping over things, don't take this as any kind of a judgment, I just want to try to get to the critical mass.
You can wait on the 250.
Okay, thank you. I'll come back to it if we have time, but we're running short now.
Yep.
Okay. One stop for growth grants. We also had, hold on a second. I'm going to jump down to the licenses, okay, in case there are any questions involved in these. I don't know that there will be, but, so, under 2026, we have 4 licenses. I think these are all for the show or events associated with the show, like after-hours type thing, bands and whatnot. So we should probably do them one at a time now. So if somebody is willing to read through those and make those motions.
All right, so I've got the motion to approve the 2026 special one-day license for Harvick Vineyard and Winery LLC for the 2026 flea market at Her Tans, May 13th through the 17th, July 15th through the 19th, and September 9th through the 13th, with the hours set for each of these 3 shows at 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. on Thursday, and 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on Friday.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
That's it. I'll second that.
And that's the correction from the...
Yes.
That is the correction.
Yeah, that's with the
the
corrected
time,
times, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. If there is no other discussion, all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Fraser, aye.
Kelly, aye. Okay, those are all set. Hang on. Approve and sign, let's see, I'm trying to see what other ones I have on here that might be the most important if we have to stop short.
Everybody?
Let's go ahead and potential one-stop for growth grants projects. Is that
Okay.
critical mass?
Do you want to do timber yard?
One more of the special.
Oh, we
one
still have
more
one day,
for that.
There is?
Timberland,
Timber-
yes.
timber yard.
Oh, sorry.
I make a motion for Timber Yard Brewing, what?
Just needs to be
Oh, in,
waiting on this. And
okay. All right, so we have a check. All right, you guys, please. All right, so this motion is going to be dependent on the police chief's signature, which shouldn't be a problem because everybody else has signed off.
Give it to this young man right here, please.
Make a motion for Timber Yard Brewing Company, Inc., May 2026 Flea Market, Mahogany Ridge LLC, May 12th through the 17th, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. with the contingency that the police chief signs.
Okay.
I second that.
Okay,
This,
all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Frazier.
Kelly, aye. Excuse me. Okay, let's see. The One-Stop Growth Grant Project.
So,
Chris?
yep, so Chris and I jumped on a call for this. We spoke to Ms. Ann Goby. We spoke about some possible projects. She's pretty confident that we will actually get money this year. So the three projects that we spoke about were sidewalks on 19 from the cemetery down to the corner.
Wonderful.
And North Main Street. So that is one project. She thought was a pretty good candidate. The second one was the playground pathways. If you recall, we did some upgrades to the playground, and we need to get those compliant. And the third one was the bridge on New Holland Road, which was a little bit less likely to fit the narrative there. If you recall, we just did the highway did some serious emergency repair on that bridge, so that's going to need some work in the future. So I guess we just have to decide which ones we're going for, because we have a deadline for July?
June, I believe it's June 12th, but I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, so, we just want to open discussion with the board to see what, if, they wanted to go all in for one, or put all in for three, or how you wanted to approach it.
Well, my personal take on it is for years now, 3, 4, 5 years, it's been quite a while, we've had lots of requests from the seniors to fix these sidewalks because they don't feel that they don't have a safe place to go out and walk for exercise and just to get out and enjoy
Right,
the fresh air.
they're not compliant.
So if we're prioritizing those, mine is number one, sidewalks, and I'm all in on that. So if all the money goes for that, I'm happy. It will benefit the largest number of people in town.
I would agree strongly. As far as the playground goes, Ann was going to look at some other options for us. There's other money out there, and the bridge is kind of a long shot, and there's other funding that we could apply for that as well. So I'm all for the sidewalks, again, 19 through the cemetery, not through the cemetery, the length of the cemetery down to the corner, and then North Main Street.
Excellent.
That's very good.
So does somebody want to make a motion that we pursue that grant?
I make a motion, we pursue the grant to put in the new sidewalk areas. That good enough?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah,
We'll identify them as we need them.
Yeah,
Yep.
as we go.
I would second that.
Okay, all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Frazier, aye.
Kelly, enthusiastically aye.
And Chris and I will keep working on that
And I just want
hardcore.
to say, excellent job, too, because we have tried numerous times at the state level and whatnot to get money to do this,
Right.
and we've been unsuccessful because of budget issues,
Well,
so,
Ann was very
Excellent.
hopeful that we
Good.
will,
and we'll have to finesse Todd, too, because he is the chair of Ways and Means, so that
Well,
controls.
you're on
the-
that.
Yep, that's one I can take care of. Okay, so that's all set then. In that case, I'm going to back it up a little bit, and I'm going to give Tom the floor for a minute on the 250th committee, and that seems easy enough, but...
So I'm addressing the board from this side today because this has to do with a committee that's been meeting since late July. It's the committee of about 12 to 13 people throughout this town that have been working, putting in a lot of time and effort and expending a lot of capital, our own personal capital, to make the 250th celebration something that's worth remembering here in Brimfield. And we're trying to just make sure that, we're covering all bounds as far as asking the board for approval, or at least agreement, that on the 13th of June, if we end up having vendors, aka coffee donut vendor on the common, or potentially who's asked to be on the common, the board would allow for something like that. It's not something that we're emotionally tied to. It's not something that would make or break the event. It's just something that's come up, and we feel as though we should place it to the board to approve, or feel free to say, no, we're not good with that, and we're cool, we keep rolling the way we're rolling.
Okay, I would say this, enthusiastically want to help you make this as successful as you possibly can. There's two issues right there on the table. One is the use of the common, which is fine, and the other one is Deep Roots. I believe they're going to have to get a different license to do that. Do they have the right license? They don't, right?
They would need a special one one day.
They're going to need a special one. Not a big deal, and, you know, it's certainly not a deal killer, but as you go forward with this, I would just make sure that they know that if they're going to try to sell alcohol there, they're going to need a special license to do that.
And just, I've done events on the common, you just gotta, the one thing that comes to my mind is trash removal.
Yep.
So if any vendors are, are coming, they have to be responsible for removal of trash, so that's not gonna fall on, our highway department, our maintenance, or whatever, or you guys for that matter,
Right.
so they have to remove the trash.
Yep.
And then my other issue would be porta potties. You gotta make sure that you have the porta potties and go through the Board of Health for that.
Yeah, that's who you want to talk to.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Let's see what the Board of Health says on it.
Yeah, they've always approved it before
Yeah.
on the events that we've held.
Yeah.
On the common.
So I don't see that being a problem. Certainly not with me, I don't know.
No.
Can't speak for everybody, but, all
But
right.
with those issues, I would,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
So if somebody wants to make a motion to give the permission to use that, subject to Deep Roots getting the proper license to do the event, we can do
And
that.
I guess I would request that you report back to the board to let them know how many vendors. So, if you decide to go with 20 more vendors, I think we'd like to know that.
And I'm also going to take this back to the committee and let them know what the feedback is, and then we haven't even decided yet
Okay.
whether or not we're going to
Right.
do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right,
But
right.
you need to
But
know what your
that- yeah.
options are. I get that.
Yeah.
Did somebody make a motion on that?
No.
No, we didn't make a motion. Somebody want to make a motion on
I
that?
make a motion to approve the request to have vendors on the town common on June 13th, 2026, for the 250th.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Frazier.
Kelly, aye. Okay, you are approved. What time is it? Okay, so we only really have two things left here, but I'm not sure how much discussion will ensue with these two. And one is the cable television assistant pay discussion, and the other one is, what did I do? I went right by it.
Monthly
here.
department reports.
Oh, yeah, the department head reports. Are those two things that can wait?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I don't want to feel like we're rushed and not giving them
Right.
enough time.
Yeah.
You okay with putting that on? Okay, all right. Then at that case, we have
So we're going to table those two things.
those two things. We'll bring them up. It won't be the next meeting, because the next meeting is 10 minutes before the annual town
Yeah.
meeting, but the one following that, we'll make
Okay.
sure it's on there, okay?
Yep.
All right. In that case,
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I second.
all in favor?
McGuire, aye.
Stewart, aye.
Frazier, aye.
Kelly, aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, but stay behind because there's lots of stuff left to be done here tonight.
Excitement for the evening.
How do I sign those?
Oh, there was
Did
another.
you forget it was that sick?
There was some that weren't available when I, earlier, but these are the ones I have. Gonna get out of the way here. Are we picking this stuff up? We moving it?
No.
Keep it
Well,
here.
we can take these out of here. We can do- But leave, everything else can stay because they're going to sit here.
I'm gonna leave my block there.
I'm gonna take your block.
Come on, come to have some fun. Look at that, I got Martin's folder.